Hello friends, welcome to Physics Live channel. Today we are studying about the time evolution of wave function. Okay, time evolution of wave function. So if you consider a wave function psi n of x comma 0, so psi n of x comma t, that's equal to sin n of x comma 0 into e raised to minus I e n t divided by h cross. This is the equation for to find the wave function after time t. Okay, so here some problem to find the sin of x comma t from the wave function at t equal to 0. Okay, so here a problem which is given as psi is equal to 1 by root 5 psi 1 plus 2 psi 2 of a free particle which is inside a infinite potential. You have to find psi of x comma t at t equal to 2 ml square divided by pi h cross. Okay, so how to find this psi x comma t? For that, psi x comma t, that's equal to psi n of x comma 0 e raised to minus I e n t divided by h cross. So this is here given. So 1 by root 5 e raised to minus I e n t by h cross can be taken inside. So psi 1 e raised to minus I e n t divided by h cross plus 1 by 2 psi 2 e raised to minus I e n t divided by h cross. We know that here n is equal to 1. So here it is 2. So n is equal to 2. So 1 by root 5 psi 1 e raised to minus I, a free particle inside an infinite potential from 0 to L. Energy is equal to n square pi square h cross square divided by L to ml square. So here n is equal to 1. So pi square h cross square divided by 2 ml square into t. T is given as 2 ml square divided by pi h cross divided by h cross, that is pi h cross square. So cancel, here cancel, pi can be cancelled. E raised to minus I pi there. 2 psi 2 e raised to minus I. E2 is n square pi square h cross square divided by 2 ml square, n is equal to 2. So 4 pi square h cross square divided by 2 ml square into t is equal to 2 ml square divided by pi h cross square. So pi h cross square cancel, 2 ml square 2 ml square. So 4 pi cos 4 pi is equal to 1. So here it is 1 by root 5 psi 1 e raised to minus I pi is minus 1. So minus I1 plus 2 psi 2 e raised to minus I 4 pi is equal to 1. So 2 psi 2 only. So this is the answer. That is the wave function after time t. So psi of x comma t of the given function. And next we have to find the time that is psi of x comma t is orthogonal to psi of x comma 0. Okay, so psi of x comma 0, we know that psi of x comma 0, that is time t equal to 0. Time t is equal to 0. That time is psi of x comma 0 is the wave function at a time t equal to 0. And psi of x comma t is the at t equal to t. Time t equal to t, and in which these two wave functions are orthogonal, and that condition, the time at which the functions are orthogonal, and that is known as orthogonal time. And we have to find this orthogonal time by formula t equal to h cross divided by delta E cos inverse minus mod cm square divided by mod cn square. Okay, so what is cm and cn? Here the wave function psi of x comma 0 is given as cm phi m plus cn phi n. So we have to find the orthogonal time of the wave function wave functions coefficients are Cm and Cn, and delta E. Delta E is the energy change of these two wave functions. Okay. So this is the time, orthogonal time at which psi of x comma t is orthogonal to psi of x comma 0. Cm and Cn are the coefficients, and lower value should be in the upper side. Upper side you have to substitute the lower value. Okay, so this is our question. Psi is equal to 1 by root 3 psi 1 plus under root 2 by 3 psi 2. So we have to find the orthogonal time. Orthogonal time means psi of x comma t is orthogonal to psi of x comma 0. That time t is equal to h cross divided by delta e cos inverse of minus mod cm square divided by mod cn square. Okay, so that is equal to h cross divided by delta e is 2 minus 1, that is e2 minus e1. Okay, and cos inverse of minus of mod cm square means a lower coefficient value, that is 1 by 3 divided by 2 by 3. So that is h cross divided by e2 minus e1, that is e2. e2 is 4 epsilon minus epsilon. Cos inverse of that is minus 1 by 2. Cos inverse of minus 1 by 2. So h cross divided by 3 epsilon, and cos inverse of minus 1 by 2, that is cos inverse of pi minus pi by 3. Okay, minus 1 by 2 is cos inverse of minus of pi minus pi by 3, that is 2 by 3. Because we know that cos of pi by 3 is 1 by 2. So for minus we have to minus from the pi minus pi by 2. So cos inverse of minus pi by pi minus pi by 2, pi by 3, that is 2 pi by 3. So substituted that h cross divided by 3 epsilon, we know that pi square h cross square divided by 2 ml square into 2 pi by 3. So we can cancel pi. So from that, after simplification we got 4 ml square divided by 9 pi h cross. Okay, so from that we got 4 ml square divided by 9 pi h cross to find the orthogonal time. So you have to by heart the formula, that is h cross divided by delta e cos inverse of minus mod cm square divided by mod cn square. It is coefficients only. Okay, this is about the orthogonal time. And if you consider next situation, that is if you consider the one-dimensional box which is shifted, the walls are shifted, that you consider the one-dimensional box from 0 to L, and if the box which is from 0 to 2L, that the wall which is shifted to L to 2L. So what is the probability of finding the particle in the ground state or first excited state or second excited state of the new potential? So we have to find the probability. So probability measurement, how to find the probability of the wave function. Okay. So here we considering, that is we already know that the probability, that's equal to integral x1 to x2 psi star psi dx when the initial and the final wave functions are same. That is psi I star psi f is same the probability is like this. So that is x1. These are same, that is x1 x2 mod psi square dx. The wave function are same. If I is not is equal to f, psi I is not is equal to psi f, so probability amplitude is given from x1 to x2 psi I star psi f dx. And how to find the probability? That is, probability is equal to mod of p amplitude square. So this is the theory behind the uh, behind the uh, probability and probability amplitude. Okay. So probability integral x1 to x2 psi a star psi f dx, where I is equal to f integral x1 to x2 mod psi square dx, and where I psi a is equal to psi f. The situation is like this. Psi a is not is equal to psi f, in which you have to get after integrating psi a star psi f, you get probability amplitude. After that you got uh, by mod square you get the probability. And there is a trick you have to get, that is, you have a integration, that is sin mx sin nx. You can find the integration by sin minus sin. You have to just substitute the limits, that is sin minus sin means sin of m plus m minus nx divided by 2 into m minus n minus sin of m plus nx divided by 2 into m plus n. So sin you have to by heart sin minus sin, that is sin of m minus nx divided by 2 into m minus n minus sin of m plus nx divided by 2 into m plus n. Integral of cos mx cos nx, that is sin plus sin, that is sin m minus n x divided by 2 into m minus n plus sin of m plus nx divided by 2 into m plus n. That is cos integration of cos, that is sin plus sin after integration. Integral sin that is sin minus sin. Integral sin mx cos nx, that's equal to minus of cos plus cos, that is minus of cos m minus nx divided by 2 into m minus n plus minus of cos plus cos of m plus nx divided by 2 into m plus n. Okay, so you got as integral sin minus sin, integral of cos sin plus sin, integral of sin cos minus of cos plus cos. Okay, you have to by heart this for any get the probabilities. Okay, you can use this trick to find the probability. Okay, so you know that integral sin mx sin nx dx is equal to sin minus sin of nx divided by 2 into minus of cos plus cos, minus of cos 6 divided by 2 into m minus n Okay, you got the formula like this. So if you are given with the wave function, to find the integration of 0 to L sin pi x by L sin pi x divided by 2L. So integral sin that is sin minus sin. So sin of m minus n x divided by 2 into m minus n minus sin of m plus n x divided by 2 into m plus n. So for that sin of m is m n. So m is pi x by L. So pi by L minus pi by 2L into x divided by 2 into pi by L minus pi by 2L, this is pi by 2L minus sin of pi plus 3 pi by 2L x divided by 2 into 3 pi by 2L. So you got like this sin pi by 2L x minus sin 3 pi by 2L x divided by, not like this, divided by here pi by L, here divided by 3 pi by L, and after you have to substitute the limits 0 to L. So you have to substitute L limits. So sin pi by 2 is 1. So L by pi minus, here it is when substitute L, 3 pi by 2. 3 pi by 2 is pi by 2, like this one only, pi plus pi by 2. So you got like this, plus L by 3 pi sin 3 pi by 2L, that is equal to minus 1. So we got plus. So after substituting L upper limit, when substitute 0, you got sin 0, that is equal to 0. So you got L by pi plus L by 3 pi as the answer. Okay, so this is the way we want to simplify the integrations. Here a question in which a ball which is at the infinite potential from 0 to L, which is changes to 0 to 2L box. So here we are considering the one ground state and find the probability of ground state if the ball which is moves from 0 to L to 0 to 2L box. So we know the wave function here, that is under root 2 by L sin pi x divided by 2L, sorry, under root 2 by L sin n pi x divided by L. So n pi by pi x divided by L is the wave function of the ground state for a 0 to L box. Here it is under root 2 by 2L sin pi x divided by 2L, because the length is 2L, so the new wave function is like this. So under root 2 by L sin pi x divided by L under root 1 by L sin pi x divided by 2L. These are the wave function. And how to find the probability? So for that probability amplitude you have to know, because this is psi I and this is psi f. These are not same. So we have to find first probability, that is integral 0 to L only we have to integrate, because the common integration limits is taken as the common space, that is common integration limits will be taken as for both the find the amplitude. So 0 to L is common for these two limits, 0 to L and 0 to 2L, the common is 0 to L. So 0 to L under root 2 by L sin pi x divided by L into under root 1 by L sin pi x divided by 2L dx. So this is the how to find the probability amplitude, that's 2 by L integral 0 to L sin pi x divided by L sin pi x divided by 2L dx. So we know that how to find the integration of sine mx sine nx dx. So that is under root 2 by L. Here it is sine into sine, that is sine minus sine. So sine of pi by L minus pi by 2L x divided by 2 into pi by L minus pi by 2L minus sine of pi by 2 plus pi by L plus pi by 2L x divided by 2 into pi by L plus pi by 2L from substituting 0 to L. So 2 by L, so here pi by 2L into 2, that is pi by L, so L by pi. So that here it is sine pi by 2 L into L, that is pi by 2, that is 1. So minus, here we got that is pi by 3 pi by 2L into L by 3 pi. Here it is sine 3 pi by 2L into L, that is the sine 3 pi by 2, that is pi plus pi by 2. Sine pi plus pi by 2, that is minus pi by sine pi by 2, that is minus 1. So that is plus 1 we got here. So after substituting 0 you got 0. So you got as 2 by pi plus 2 by 3 pi. This is the answer to got. Here it is 1 by L, no? So under root 2 by L is common to them. So under root 2, under root 2. Here under root 2 by pi plus under root 2 by 3 pi. This is P amplitude. So you have to find the probability from P amplitude square, that is whole square, that is equal to here under root 2 by pi plus under root 2 by 3 pi whole square, that is 2 by pi square plus here we can take as 4 root 2 divided by 3 pi whole square, that is 16 into 2 divided by 9 pi square, that is 32 divided by 9 pi square. This is the answer of the probability when a ball which is changes from one box from 0 to L to 0 to 2L. Okay.